Hello folks, Florentine Saint-Yves here. Today we will take a quick look at Men in Arms, the second event of the third anniversary of the game. Men in Arms is a Battlefield of Glory event in disguise, with a few things tweaked to make it look like an event of its own. Most of principles I gave on my Week 4 recap of the 3 months challenge are valid, so be sure to check it out if you want to learn more about the event because I won't talk about what I've already covered. Today I will focus on two main things, the battlefield part, and the spinning wheel. First, the battlefield part, which is the core of the event. I won't beat around the bush here because I straight up think that developers failed to deliver, and here's why. On screen you can see shops from the last Battlefield of Glory we had a month ago. Fragments from event heroes or maidens costed 3k points, their skin 150k points, heroic maiden pack 200k points and heroic maiden tokens 25k points. In Men in Arms, event heroes or maidens fragments cost 4k points, their skin 200k points, heroic maiden pack 250k points, heroic maiden tokens 30k points and up to 40k points for Kara. It's a straight up significant increase, so this doesn't look good. In addition, points you collect from the battlefield have been greatly reduced. A 1-star building will yield you 1 point a minute, a 2 stars 2 points a minute, and a 3 stars 3 points a minute, no matter the type of points you're trying to gather. It used to be twice more for red and green badges, and even more for blue badges. This is supposed to be counterbalanced by the fact that you can now deploy 5 heroes instead of 1, so in theory you can collect more points than before. But in reality, it isn't. Developers failed to adjust the cost of a movement, letting it at 2k bread or 2k war horses now. So if you want to move your whole team, you will have to spend 5 times more than before. Income from your stables is abysmal. For example, if your stables is level 2, you will have to wait for 100 minutes, so a little more than 1 hour and a half, to collect 2k horses and be able to move one of your heroes by 1 square. This is ridiculous. Moving your whole team by 1 square will take almost 10 hours worth of horses gained with a level 2 stables. Needless to say, if you get kicked out of buildings you're trying to collect, you will never have enough war horses to go back. Having 5 heroes to deploy was supposed to open new strategies and be more interesting, but instead developers just ruin the event. Movement cost is just too prohibitive and reduces your options. You either put all your team to a building, hoping you won't get kicked, assuming you have enough horses to go there with your 5 heroes in the first place, and pray. Or you just put one in a bubble and wait, yet again assuming you have enough to go there and a space is available. If there isn't, well, might as well collect nothing. Putting a hero in a bubble will yield a measly point every minute. This is 60 points every hour, so 440 points a day. Remember that a hero fragment costs 4k points and a heroic maiden token 30k or 40k points, to quickly understand that playing the battlefield is utterly useless. And oh yeah, horses are also needed to level up your own buildings, of course. What a poor design. In the end most people will collect less points from buildings than they used to in Battlefield of Glory. And because prices in shops have increased by a significant amount, this is a lose-lose situation for players. Way to go GOAT, for a 3rd anniversary event, in my opinion you certainly failed to deliver. Going on with the failure, see how the 288 gems pack has a somewhat hidden 5 anniversary points attached to it? Well, for the first hour this event went online, it actually was this. Resulting in this. Failure. Amateurism. They fixed the pack, of course, but not the progress rewards, so I can enjoy my 50 Sir Boars fragments now. What a joke. Now let's talk about the spinning wheel. Fortunately it's not as ruined as the battlefield part, but one can argue that it would have been pretty hard to make it as terrible as the battlefield. You can get Kara tokens from this wheel. Kara is the new heroic maiden released for this event, and it shouldn't take you more than 3 seconds to understand that she's overpowered, with her 4 7 stars military skills and her 200% military bonus from paragons. Because using manuscripts on 7 stars skills is so good, you can make her a military beast in no time. She doesn't have the raw potential of the best military event heroes, but she will be so easy to build that it just doesn't matter. No skins to collect, no maiden to unlock, all you need is 10 tokens to summon her, 40 more to max her paragons and maybe 10 more to enhance her to bronze. I gathered as much data as I could from players who went heavy on the spinning wheel to get her tokens, and threw 1,000 spins myself. I then removed the 4 entries of results that seemed the most off compared to others, being either too lucky or too unlucky, and here is the final sample of about 20,000 spins. In the end, it looks like you can expect to get 1 carat token every 102 spins. Since 10 spins cost 270 gems, in the long run you would have to spend around 2,760 gems to get a token. This is definitely a fair price, especially if you add in the extra fragments of event heroes or maidens you will get as well. If you decide to spin the wheel, remember that you might get lucky or unlucky compared to that sample, so please don't blame me if your results are not as good as the ones showed in this video. I'm just giving you some data that you can compare yourself to. Thanks. So to sum up, this is yet another all-in or nothing event. Because the battlefield part is so rigged, you can't expect to get much if you don't spend gem or money in this event. But if you're interested in adding Kara to your team, it might be good to move all in the spinning wheel part because her tokens are not that expensive. If you're also building Guts or Dullahan on the side, extra fragments you will get doing so is definitely a nice bonus. That being said, I'm really hoping the next event will take a different approach and will reward players that don't or can't spend an enormous amount of gems. If all 4 events have this type of all-in or nothing philosophy, even if the gem exchange rate is good so far, this would still leave a bad taste in most players' mouths because they would have the feeling that all developers want us to make us spend our gems. And you, are you as bitter as I am about this Men in Arms event? Let me know in the comments so that we can debate about it while waiting for next week. Until then, take care and bye bye.